Shut up and sit down.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Fight for Liberty show. Today, we have a really awesome special guest. She is a wrestler. She is a journalist. She is an activist. She is a podcast host. She is a dope-ass person. Olivia Rondeau, welcome to the show.
Oh my God, what a great intro. You're so nice. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, welcome. So I like to start off most episodes with new people with just a short testimony of why you are part of the Liberty movement, like who, just why.
I started off definitely leaning more conservative than anything, and then that kind of transformed to me being like, okay, I like these conservative values of like small government and the Second Amendment and First Amendment, but then I was like, wait, Republicans don't seem to give a fuck about that as much as I do. So I find myself working with and alongside a lot of Republicans very frequently because I do come across many conservatives who do have those values, but I feel like they're increasingly becoming more few and far between. So like when I get the chance to work on a campaign that maybe is not a libertarian campaign, but is a Republican campaign with like some liberty values, I'm like, fine, like let's build the bench any way we can. But mainly right now I'm not working on any campaigns. I'm just writing, making my own videos and that shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm enjoying the videos that you've been making thus far.
Thank you.
It's been a good time and enjoyed being on your channel as well.
That was a funny
also a very good
conversation.
time.
I feel like more people need to see that. I feel like that should have been viral. I feel like that was hilarious.
That was a good time. That was a
There's
very
like
good
one
time.
point where we're both taking like a nice long drag out of the joint and we were just having a good conversation. Man, I need some more views on that one. That was good.
Yeah.
That was a good episode.
I love how you invited me on because you wanted to talk about politics or about like religion and like philosophy,
Yeah, like
and
spiritual
we
stuff.
were like way off into some other fucking world for
We
like
talked about it for like
most of
15
it.
minutes, but
Yeah, we
for
did.
like the rest of the hour, it was I don't know, some of that could be described as philosophy, but almost none of it had to do with like religion. So I was like, fuck.
But it was
okay.
a good time was had by all anyway. So
It's okay. It's fine. You'll just have to come back and then we could actually talk about it.
we can definitely do that for sure.
So what is the topic today? What I don't even know what we're talking
today? Well, the topic today is you, first and foremost. I'm curious.
I can't do this.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm curious because you said that you started off kind of on the conservative route and then you joined into the liberty movement a little bit later. What kind of or who caused the switch of your focus in party, like to actually consider the Libertarian Party as a party and as its own like thing?
Well, I definitely always respected libertarians, like even when I was more leaning towards being a Republican. But I never registered as a Republican or anything. I've always been registered as independent. But I just learned more about libertarians through my affiliation with YAL, Young Americans for Liberty, and they're not like an LP organization, but I met a lot of people who like, told me about it and were involved in it and all that kind of stuff. And that was interesting to me. I'm still not an LP member. I don't know if I will be. Lately there's been a lot of crazy infighting, so that kind of turned a lot of people off, I think.
What? There is no infighting in the Libertarian Party. We are a happy bunch of people that love each other.
If that's what you want to lie about, if you want to lie to your followers, then be my guest. I'm just saying, I'm an honest person, and I'm just going by what I see. So lately, the main fights I've seen is what analogies we should and shouldn't use to describe vaccine passports. we might disagree on this, but that's fine. I've never been like, this is like the Holocaust, because I feel like it's like such a weird thing to be like comparing shit to. I'm not like always like comparing shit to genocide. Like I don't
Right.
know. I feel like that's very alarmist. And I'm 100% against vaccine passports, but I still don't think they're going to cause a genocide. That's just like, I feel like that is such a controversial opinion to have now. And so many people are like, this is the beginning steps to the Fourth Reich. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Like,
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I have mixed feelings about this for sure. And I'm in the works with setting up a podcast for probably early next week with Dave Smith and a rabbi on this topic
That'll be good.
about
I'll tune in for that.
exactly what we can and can't say about the Holocaust. Especially as non-Jewish people. Like I'm a little bit
As some goyams.
yeah, because like
Okay.
Dave's also Jewish, so it's gonna be like me moderating conversation between two Jews about what I'm allowed to say.
Is he like a religious Jew?
Dave, not really, I don't think.
Oh, okay. I don't know much about him, so I was just wondering.
Yeah, I honestly, we're getting to know each other a little bit through the interwebs, but he's still basically a stranger to me too.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that personally, that one annoys the shit out of me because no one has that nuanced opinion that you just said. Like no one's really voicing that middle ground in the LP like at all.
That's like
Even though it's
vaccines are
most
bad.
of
Like,
us.
not vaccines are bad, but vaccine passports are bad. But this is not literally fascism. Like it's not literally fascism. It's not literally a genocide. I don't think it
Right.
is. It's definitely a negative thing. It could set a horrible precedent for other, violations of like medical information and
Mhm.
things like that. It's very Big Brother-ish. It's very
Yeah.
like scary and kind of dystopian for sure. But I
Mhm.
don't know if comparing a vaccine passport to like a yellow star, that what victims of the Holocaust had to wear is like the same. And then I saw one today. It was like a different, because it's like all the libertarian parties of like all fucking 50 states are like coming at each other on Twitter right now. So it
I
was
know
like
it's
another
fucking
one today
ridiculous.
that was like
Yeah,
that
New
was trying to
Hampshire
compare
got
it to
into it
Jim
today.
Crow, and it was like a picture of
Yeah.
like, instead of a whites only color fountain, it was like a vaccines only color, or a vaccines versus non-vaccinated water fountain. And I was like,
Mhm.
again, I don't think this is the same. I just don't.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of libertarians, they put a lot of emphasis. They're very Puritan, and which I can respect, very Puritan
Mhm.
when it comes to freedom of association. So they're always like, a private business can do whatever the fuck they want. Like a private business can say no blacks allowed, no gays allowed. The free market will just combat that and take care of that. And
Mhm.
I feel like that's a respectable but very unrealistic position to have. And I feel like if you want to bring more people who may be moderate or independent to the LP saying we should do away with anti-discrimination laws, like I feel like that's not the best way to bring people into the party. However, if you do have that point, that's nothing against you. That's not to say you're a bigot. You just think that the free market, should basically take care of like discrimination.
Mhm.
But why even post that image of the water fountains with the vaccines versus not vaccinated? If it's so bad, if segregation and Jim Crow and freedom of association is so bad, then why can't a business, separate vaccinated people from unvaccinated people or require vaccine passports? So I feel like you're so puritan an ideology that you actually end up contradicting yourself when you
Yeah.
make comparisons like that.
Yeah. It definitely, that irony was not lost on me at all. So I definitely have a mixed feelings about because as much as I agree with what you're saying, like these are ridiculous comparisons to be made, right? And we shouldn't be comparing things to Jim Crow or the Holocaust or to Nazi, like these, like, to your point, like we shouldn't be doing this. I, however, do not think that it's racist to do so.
I don't
Because
think it's racist. No.
that's what a lot of people are coming at, like the LP Kentucky, is that
Right.
was
Yeah.
an
I saw a lot of the left.
anti-Semitic
the
shit.
liberals were like, oh, the LP proving themselves to be the alt-right. I was like, who the fuck thinks that the LP is the alt-right? Like, who
A
the
lot
fuck
of
thinks that?
people. A lot of
Apparently,
people.
apparently.
Unfortunately.
I even made
Ah,
a tweet about it. I was like, guys, I really don't enjoy like the Holocaust comparisons. I don't think it's anti-Semitic. I just think it's really dramatic.
right.
But yeah, of course the liberals are, coming at everyone saying it's racist, it's white supremacy, blah 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 blah. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's just a bad comparison. Like, I'm really not in the game of accusing people of being bigots and shit.
Right. And the idea that these bad comparisons would make someone racist, then you're literally accusing every like enrolled Democrat of being a racist. Like every single one of them without fail. Like all of them, because
Everything
they
is
have
Nazism. Everything is fascism.
everything is Nazis. And
Everything.
even you brought up the Jim Crow one today. That like they were making fucking comparisons to that shit on election day because there were some rules about like not being able to hand out food to people in line who
Yeah,
are about
I
to
don't
vote.
think that's the new Jim Crow either.
Right.
I don't think
Exactly.
it I think that Republicans are definitely lacking with the voter outreach, and that putting that into law is huge, like horrible for optics. Horrible for optics at a time when Republicans in Georgia are already being scrutinized and looked at under a microscope for, voter infringements and anything that has to do with race, anything that has to do with trying to disenfranchise Black voters. People are looking at Republicans in Georgia and
Mhm.
seeing what their response is, seeing what they do. And for them to come out with that shit, like, you cannot hand out bottled water or food or snacks or anything to people waiting in line. I was like, whether or not this is a good bill is almost irrelevant. It's just horrible for optics. You know what people are going to say at that point.
Right. Right.
So
They
I
should
think
have
the
they
Jim
should
Crow
have seen that one
response was,
coming.
yeah, the Jim Crow response was like, it's stupid as fuck, and I don't hold that view, but it was very predictable.
Mhm.
So
Completely agreed. Yeah, and I think as I'm in complete agreement with you that these are pretty lofty and ridiculous you know comparisons to be made. I honestly think that the yellow star one was well actually so here's the really weird take that I'll have. I think that the tweet from the Kentucky LP Twitter account that got everyone pissed off was their least offensive tweet that they've had for quite some time.
really, I don't follow them. Like, what else do they
I
put
don't
out?
either, but so what I find actually really interesting is that they were under attack from people in the LP for like multiple days leading up to this. Like there was multiple other things that were getting screenshotted and shared
Oh no.
into groups and stuff that I'm in from the Kentucky LP for multiple days, and then all of this blows up. So
Was it
like
more like being offended at shit they posted and stuff?
I mean, they were getting into it with like this fucking 15-year-old kid. This like
The
BL.
official account?
Yeah. The official like Kentucky
Weird.
LP was like dunking on this like 15-year-old. So that got shared.
Yeah, I really
Uh,
don't know.
like so and a couple of other like pretty bad takes like last week came out of that, and I don't follow the account either. They
Who
follow
is in
me.
charge of these
I
accounts? Like, I
have
feel
no
like I'm
like
just like so confused. I guess it's like just the lack of, I don't know, like just how small the party is still. But I just feel like this would never happen to like any other party's like official government account, or not government accounts, but like official, party affiliated accounts. Like, no one's ever getting into like a back and forth. And they're not replying to kids and shit. And they're not making these weird ass comparisons. They're not trying. Like, I feel like that
well, they're making these
post.
weird ass comparisons, but they're not getting torn apart for it.
I guess so. I just feel like if the Republicans said the vaccine passport is like the Holocaust, or like Jews wearing a yellow star during the Holocaust, I would still be like, what the fuck are you talking about? And the liberals would definitely still be like what the fuck? Like, this is anti-Semitic, even though it's
Mhm.
really not an anti-Semitic comparison. It's just insensitive, I think.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but
it's
again,
very
being
weird to.
them doing it is completely fine for like
Yeah,
5 years.
it's completely weird to see like verified LP accounts getting into like stupid ass fucking trolling battles on Twitter, and it just, again, it like turns somebody like me off who's a conservative with like many libertarian leaning values, and I'm just like, this is this is stupid. Like, why are we doing this?
Right.
I don't know.
That's been like the main mission of mine for this year is like to stop this shit, and it's only getting worse. I feel like 2021 has only been worse for this bullshit, especially in the Twitter sphere.
It's awful. What do you suggest? Like, is there any way people can be like, hey, we have to be more serious? Like, I don't know. I feel like certain people have accepted that the LP isn't winning elections right now, so they don't even have to try to appear professional, to appear political at all. And I'm just like, okay, well, you guys still have other goals than winning a national election. There's other things that y'all should be tweeting about besides jokes and besides memes, you know?
Yeah. So the problem is when you come at somebody, because I've tried to do this, I've multiple times. When you come at somebody and say, "Hey, we need to like act like fucking adults here," because we represent a political party, then they get all butthurt about it and think that you're like, you're trying to cancel them or like control them or silence them or like water down the message or I actually went at the leadership in the New York party on Facebook it's probably like a month and a half ago, because there was a day where my entire fucking newsfeed was just our two vice chairs faces photoshopped into shit. Like they were both doing it to the other one, and so they were just like
What?
photoshopping the other person's face into like a whole bunch of dumb shit. And it was funny, like as their friends, it was funny as shit, right?
Yeah.
It's funny as shit. But like this is a congressional candidate and the state chair or the state vice chair, right? These are people whose official Facebook accounts should not be clogged up with this bullshit. Like keep it in the Facebook groups, the DMs, like on sock accounts or something. Like I don't care, but don't put it on the accounts that I have to like interact with as a member of the party and as someone who worked on your campaign and who,
I feel like a lot of politicians probably have sock accounts. I feel like Pierre Delecto was like the first of many to be uncovered. Pierre Delecto was honestly a great name. I don't know how Mitt Romney came up with that. It was really hilarious. But I'm like thinking, first of all, Donald Trump for sure has a sock account on like a different phone, like a different IP address. I know he cannot handle being off of Twitter. I just know he can. He definitely has one. God damn, I need to roll one up. You just been like smoking and I've been over here ranting.
That's usually how my show goes, honestly. I roll up.
I have been on here.
That's true.
You just came on mine and I like DM'd you. I was like, do you want to do a high live stream? I haven't done one of those before. And that's a lie. I have seen your show and I knew you did it. That's why I asked. I literally didn't ask anyone else to do that. I was like, because I don't know if like Reed or anyone smokes, so I didn't like check. Mm-hmm. This is my
Reed does not. So.
Look, it's Rick and Morty. Isn't that sweet?
That is sweet. It's actually kind of weird. Most of my friends in the LP right now don't smoke, so I'm normally the only. Like, it's actually gonna be weird for my guests to be smoking, because that actually doesn't happen very often. Because like Reed doesn't smoke. Most of my consistent guests don't, and even a lot of my like other guests are running for office or something, and so they're trying to be professional or whatever. And it's like, fuck that. Like, smoke a bowl with me, bro.
I rarely drink, and I just feel like smoking is so much better. It's so much healthier, so much better. I know a lot of people like they get like paranoid and shit, and I respect that because I used to get paranoid, like super like horribly paranoid when I smoked too. So I get that. I don't know. I get pissed off anytime I think of like this, like the stigma of alcohol versus marijuana. I mean, you're in New York. I guess it's probably different up there, but at least around here it's not too bad. And I mean, the Maryland laws are still pretty bad. I feel like a lot of people think because Maryland is liberal that it would be like fully decriminalized here or something, but it's not. Last time I checked, 10 grams to 50 pounds, that's a misdemeanor. 10 grams to 50 pounds? I don't know if all y'all viewers know like measurements and shit, but 10 grams is not a lot at all. And 50 pounds, of course, is 50 pounds.
Yeah.
So that's insane. And then above 50 pounds is a felony. So I feel like
I mean,
if
at
I'm
least
going to
you're
have
not
10
getting a felony.
grams, huh?
I said at least you're not getting to a felony anytime soon. Like if you've got
How
more
do you
than
know I
50
don't have over
pounds
50
on you,
pounds? How do you know I don't have over 50 pounds? I'm just asking. I could be moving
I
weight
mean,
out
I
here.
don't know that,
I could be moving
but
weight out here, and you have
now I
no idea. No, I'm just kidding. I don't. I'm not a criminal, guys. Um, no, but it's so stupid because it's like
you about
if
to
I'm,
make me move to Maryland.
but it's like if I'm gonna be caught out here with 10 grams and it be a misdemeanor, I might as well have 50 fucking pounds and it still be a misdemeanor. That's what I feel about it.
That makes
So
absolutely no sense.
it's
So
such a weirdly large margin because 10 grams is clearly personal use. 50 grams is clearly you're fucking growing that shit. You have like a mass production. I don't understand how it's the same at all.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's still Schedule 1, yeah, they can kiss my ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just finally legalized it here in New York this
Thank you,
this
Governor
week.
Cuomo.
Fuck Governor Cuomo.
So what's the consensus there? Does everyone hate him now that he's like a sexual predator or whatever?
I mean, I've hated him since before he got elected. So
Before he got elected?
I
What did he
mean,
do
he's
before he got elected?
nothing. He's never done anything useful with his life. He's just a fucking spoiled little rich kid.
I have no idea like his background at all. I know his dad's famous, right? What is
His dad was also governor.
Okay,
He
that's
grew
all
up
I
in the
know.
governor's mansion. Yeah.
Oh, so he's like privileged as fuck then.
Yes. It's like, yeah, he didn't just grow up like rich or famous. He grew up
grew up
as
with
the
like political
governor's
power.
kid.
He grew up
Yeah.
with political power. Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that. I knew his dad was famous and maybe in politics, but I didn't know he was the governor. I feel stupid now.
That's fine. Most people in New York don't even know that. Like people that were
Really?
still alive during his dad's term. Like there are people that live through both of them and don't know that like that.
Are people there stupid or something? How
New
do they
York,
not know who
yes.
their governor is?
Oh, people like Cuomo is fairly well known, but like if you ask anybody who the governor was before Cuomo,
I feel like social media does that. Social media makes people, be able to, or the internet in general just makes people be able to like reach people and know who people are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm assuming, I don't know when his dad was governor, but I'm assuming it was before Twitter.
Yes.
Okay.
That was.
Yeah, I guess I understand that. I mean, there's a lot of people around here. Like, I mean, we've had Larry Hogan as a governor for like as long as I remember, but I remember before that it was O'Malley, but I don't remember anyone before that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember shit. Everyone here hated O'Malley though. He fucking put a tax on rainwater, and then everyone was like, "Fucking get out of here."
That's yeah. You guys have had some interesting governors. Hogan is pretty dope.
I really dislike him.
Really?
I used to think he was dope as fuck. Like I was like, look at him making a purple state. He's a Republican, but he appeals to the left. And then I realized that the reason he appeals to the left is because he's on the fucking left. He's not really a conservative or small government at all. He's fucking horrible with the lockdown shit. He's just awful with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he virtue signals constantly about like through the entire Trump administration, he was like the only one that was, I hate Trump. I was like, that's fine. But the fact that he wrote in Ronald Reagan to vote this last time around instead of voting for Biden or Trump, he was like, I'm a principled conservative. He literally said he wrote in Ronald Reagan. I was like, that is just a virtue. That's like a virtue signal. Like he's fucking annoying to me. I'm like, he just does useless ass shit like that to appeal to the left, and the left here eats it all up. It's the only way
that's the funniest part.
It's the only way that Maryland would ever have a Republican governor is if he is liberal as fuck. And I don't think Republicans realize that. They're just like, oh my God, it's so great we have a Republican in a liberal state. I'm like, not really. He just does whatever they want. It's like he compromises on everything. And I don't care that he doesn't like Trump. That's fine if you don't like Trump. Plenty of respectable politicians and people that I like. I like Justin Amash. He fucking hates Trump. That's fine.
Right.
But he doesn't go about it in a way that's just like,
He
I
voted
don't
for
know.
Joe Jorgensen though. Like
Right.
a
He
real
voted for an
fucking
actual candidate. And he didn't fucking virtue signal and be like, I voted for a long dead fucking former president who is arguably pretty fucking big government. Like I don't
one of
think
the
that
biggest
Reagan is
government.
I don't think that Reagan is like the greatest example of like what a Republican should be like.
He's
But it's like
literally one of the worst Republicans
like of all time.
of all time.
And like it's like I feel like it's so many Trump supporters too that actually love Reagan. Like they have like the Reagan Bush 84 shirt. And I'm just like, why? Do you like I don't know. Do you like pouring crack into black communities? Like what are you talking about? Like what exactly do you like about him?
So yeah, the transition went from like pouring crack into black communities into just like doing crack ourselves. Like
Right.
that was the transition for like that fucked up white culture to go from Reagan to Trump.
Yep. I feel like I was really fucked up for tweeting this other day, but like I don't know if you saw that one video of Mike Lindell. He was like, "Mark my words, Trump will be back in office in August," and I was like, I don't know if it's too early to make a crackhead joke or some shit, but he is not behaving like a sober man right now. Like this is sober people who are not on drugs do not believe that Trump will be back in office ever. Maybe 2024. I'm not gonna say you're a cracker if you believe that. I mean, you just have really high hopes, but this year it's not happening.
No.
And I tweeted that, and people were still like, "Trust the plan." Somebody was like, "I'm gonna screenshot this later when he goes back into the office." I was like, "Fucking screenshot it then."
Like, quote tweet me. Deal with it.
Right, like please set a reminder, take a screenshot, do whatever you gotta do. I will be back here in August saying, "Look, he's not president." And the same thing keeps happening. They keep moving the goalposts. On November 3rd, they were like, he will be sworn in on Inauguration Day. And then that came and went. And then they said March 4th, because that was the original Inauguration Day, like decades ago. And then now they're saying August. And that's such a random, arbitrary month. So I don't even know the reason behind that. But I'm just like so embarrassed I ever associated myself with those people. I'm like, God damn, like I voted for the man, but I don't like y'all. I'm gonna keep that shit to myself from now on. I really don't want to associate with them.
Yeah, I was very happy that I found the Libertarian Party in 2016.
Were you one of the people that like left the Republicans because of Trump?
I was 19.
Wait, you're young. How old are you?
I'm 24.
I thought you were older. I'm sorry. Not that you look old. I just assumed you were.
Yeah, I mean, I get that a lot actually. People don't
I just
realize
feel like it's not a lot of like you're in early 20s. I feel like for you, because you're so involved with like the LP and just like politics in general, I'm just like, I don't know, because around here, if you're like in your 20s and like involved in like a political party, that just means you're like a fucking annoying ass Hill staffer whose mom like fucking sucked someone's dick to get them up in there. So I'm like, that's pretty common around here. And like the DMV, but for you, I just assumed you were like, I don't know, a little bit older, not like 30.
Yeah, I mean, I got my shit started pretty quickly. I was working on campaigns at 19, and
Okay, that's when I started too.
Yeah, and ran for office at 22. So
when were you gonna tell me that?
I don't know. Yeah, I ran for New York
office
City
for what? Okay. So
Council.
what happened? Did you get like that was with the LP?
3.2% of the vote.
Nice.
Fucking actually, percentage wise, it's a New York City record for the LP.
Really? How many votes is that?
Like 320. It was a pretty small voter turnout.
Oh wow. I thought more people would vote.
Actually, it was the largest district, or it was the largest voter turnout district in the entire city. So I kind of got fucked a little bit. I would have done better, percentage wise if my district had voted the same as the rest of the city.
Oh,
But the
okay.
only other like main race on the ballot other than the city council race that I was in was for public advocate, which is like vice mayor. And the
What the
person,
fuck is that? Is that like a New York thing?
yeah, yeah,
Oh, I've never heard of that.
they have most of the same jobs as like the vice president does in DC. Like they sit on city council, they're a tiebreaker vote. They
Oh,
have
okay. I was about to ask, did it just tie break?
mhm.
Okay.
They sit on a bunch of committees and they have like a gigantic discretionary fund that they get to like do fun projects with. Like that's kind of like they're like the vice president basically, but for New York City. Uh,
Oh.
but
So
the
who is
income
that person now? How have I never heard of that?
the person that holds that seat right now is Jumaane Williams.
I
Uh,
have heard of him.
he's
Okay.
he
Maybe I just
was
didn't know what the fuck I was talking about.
so before he was that, he was my city councilman. So I was running to replace him.
Oh, is there beef? Do you hate him?
No, not really.
Okay.
I mean, there. I don't. He moved up in the world and caused a special election.
Right. Okay.
So the only two elections on the ballot were him getting reelected to that position and the person that replaced him getting reelected to her position. So
Okay.
his district showed up to vote for him in the bigger election, the citywide election, like in droves, and didn't like
I feel
more.
like in these like urban cities, and I see this a lot in DC, a lot of like these like politicians who are running in relatively small races, things like school board and like even city council, I feel like is the biggest it gets, but like they act like fucking celebrities. And like they have like this huge like fan base of people that like come out and like rally so hard for them. And then I've done this and I was volunteering, I was handing out like pre-prepared meals over COVID because we had a lot of homeless people. And there was like this huge like car like parade with like all these like signs hanging out the windows, and this candidate for city council was like standing on the back of this truck with a megaphone like vote for me, and like all these people were screaming and waving. And I asked one of the people, I was like, cool, a politician's like in the hood, because I was in Southeast Baltimore. I was like, cool, there's actually a politician coming to the hood. Like, what are y'all about? Like, what do y'all do? And he was just like, we fight for racial equality and ending transphobia. I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with the people here that I'm the homeless people that I'm handing out fucking COVID meals to because they're in lockdown and they can't get benefits from the government right now? And like nobody had a fucking answer for me. I'm sorry, that was a tangent, but like when you were talking about like how like they had like all the support, I just like I started getting triggered because I really hate when I feel like there's all these like activist politicians that gain all the support in a very urban area because they promise all these like poor people, they promise all these immigrants, they promise all these black people that they're gonna like fucking change their lives and shit. And so they get them to come all out and vote, and they all vote for them, and like what even changes?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Piss me off.
Yeah, I there's a whole fucking bunch of that in New York City, but I will say about Jumaane specifically. I mean, I disagree with him politically on most things, and even personally, you know, he's mediocre at best. But he's not quite what you're describing.
That's good.
He's somewhat, but he is actually doing some shit. He does actually, and because he moved up in the world, you know, a New York City Council person doesn't mean shit. There's 51 city council districts in
So
New
why were
York
you
City.
running if it
Like,
don't mean shit?
I mean, it's cool and it's there, but like you're not gonna accomplish anything by yourself there. Like it's 1 versus 50 if you're trying to do something
It's about
radical.
building the bench, though.
Right.
You can inspire other people to run, and then
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's like Massey. It's like how much does he actually get done with the Republicans who really don't see eye to eye with him on like many issues? But I feel like he inspires a lot of other liberty Republicans to run, and then they can build the bench from there. I know it's not the same as like an actual libertarian because maybe that would be better in some regards, but I don't know. I think, like I
It
said
would be
when you
nice.
were on my show, I feel like we have to kind of like eat the Republican Party from within, you know?
Mm-hmm. I'm all for the two-pronged approach for the next like 2.5 years, 3 years.
That's it.
Well,
I was thinking like 2028, 20 like that after like in the 2030s. That's when we can win like an LP national election. But like no time in this decade, I don't think.
Fair enough. Yeah, I feel like as long as those people voting uh are voting for the correct candidate, or the actual liberty
Correct
candidate.
candidate.
If you're voting for actual liberty candidates consistently, then I'm cool. If you're just voting Republican Party line, which is how a lot of the people that I know do it, then that's not really helpful because you still get like shitty fucking people, like really really shitty fucking people. Uh,
No,
and
I 100% agree with you. Because I've even had this problem with organizations like YAL or like adjacent organizations because Mobilize a Message is not technically affiliated with YAL, but we all know that it's the
it's
same fucking
Justin
people.
fucking Grice,
Justin
yeah.
Grice and Cliff Maloney. We all know it's the same people. We all know the same people who knock doors for OBD, knock doors for MTM. I've done it. We've all done it. And you would do it too for a check. So I don't feel any remorse. But they endorse candidates who, in Texas especially, this was a huge problem. A bunch of Texas Republicans all fucking filibustered and sued. It was some crazy thing where they like sued they sued to get the libertarians off of some type of ballot. It was like some crazy thing. And I looked at the list of Republicans in Texas who did that, and there was a fuck ton of Republicans that MTM endorsed.
Mm-hmm.
Chip Roy was on there.
Mm-hmm.
Wesley Hunt was on there. And I actually like Wesley Hunt. I had the pleasure of interviewing him. And when I saw that on the list, I was like, Wesley, what the fuck? Like, why would you do this? I feel like it's so many. And I brought this up to somebody in YAL the other day, and they were like, well, they weren't endorsed by YAL, they're endorsed by MTM. And I was like, they're still claiming to try to get liberty legislators, elected, and they're not. So
yeah, I have a huge problem with a bunch of the people that YAL has endorsed and gotten elected, and I'm sick and fucking tired of the Ron Paul style Republican line, because we all know that's bullshit. We all know
don't you
that
think that they exist though? They exist for sure, but I feel like they overuse that title. They would give it to anybody.
Yeah, I mean, like, that exists somewhat. Like, I have met some people like that. I can't name any off the top of my head though.
Oh no.
Like, and it even like none of the main YAL people would I consider Ron Paul style Republicans. Even Nick Freitas, Matt Gertler, like these people are not out here.
Love them. They love Matt Gertler.
They love them, but neither of those people are gonna get up and say legalize heroin.
Okay, what about Eric Brakey? I feel like he gets pretty close to towing the Ron Paul Republican line.
Eric himself does, yeah. Eric is, yeah.
He never responded, bro.
I
was like, come on my channel. And he was like, okay, send me some links and I'll check it out. And I was like, here you go. And he was like, thanks. I'll look at it when I get a free chance. And he never got a free chance to look at it. So, Eric Brakey, if you're watching this, please, I'm begging you. I actually like him though, not to creep him out or anything, not to creep him out. I actually like him, and that was like the three examples I had in my head before you even said it. When you were talking about like Ron Paul Republicans and YAL, I was like, okay, who do they like? They like Brakey, Freitas, and Gertler. I don't know who else do they like. I don't know any other big names. I haven't been in there. I haven't been.
Well, they really like Kristi Noem, or they loved her
for some fucking reason.
Because they're Republicans with
like, I guess.
Like that's the thing. Like Ron Paul is a libertarian, right? Like actual libertarian. He has a couple of stances that don't match up perfectly with the platform. That's fine. We all do. So I disagree with.
I don't even know what his stance is. I don't line up with it.
The only real issues that I have with Ron Paul's platform, and I don't even know his platform that well because I didn't pay attention to politics in '08, and I don't research old candidates like that, like some people do. But his stances on immigration were not necessarily what I would hold.
Okay.
But I mean, they weren't necessarily bad. He's just pro border and like pro like a more controlled border than and where I'm an open borders are an imaginary line created by governments that shouldn't exist
Yeah,
kind of a
whatever. This is
person,
where the LP
right?
loses me. This is where
Right.
y'all
Right,
become fucking
which is
weirdos to me.
why I'm fine with him not actually like holding that opinion, right? Like,
Yeah.
even Amanch
Especially
and
to get
I,
elected, especially to even make it anywhere in the
right,
Republican Party.
right. I mean, I would definitely, when I'm running and like my actual like platform is not open borders because I know that that's retarded in today's
Okay,
day and age.
thank you. Finally, someone admits it.
Right.
Somebody admits it. Everyone I've
Well, you
talked to,
can't
like,
have.
no, I'm an absolutist. I will stand by my principles. I'm like, shut the fuck up. No, you won't.
Well,
When you run, no, you won't. But thank you. You're the first honest libertarian I've ever met in my life.
An open border has to be mutual. So the only way to have open borders is to have an agreement. Like to have completely open borders would require an agreement with every country in the world, which is not going to happen
That is
ever.
something that nobody ever talks about.
However, we could get close. We could have a like mostly open border with Mexico and Canada, the way that the European Union does, right? Like
Mhm.
people cross those borders all the time. When I went from France into Belgium, there was literally no one at the border. Like I just crossed that national line. Was fine.
Wait. That's different though, because you can't just move to any country you want in the EU, can you? You can definitely visit and cross over, but I don't think you can like
I don't
have
know what
citizenship there.
I don't know what the residency like laws and stuff are for that. I think they're pretty fucking
They're probably
open
more
though.
lax. They're
Yeah.
probably a lot more lax in the US, but I don't think it's like exactly open. Like you
Mhm.
definitely still have to go through a process, I feel like.
Mhm. Yeah, it's still not quite open for sure. Like all I want is like a checkpoint at the border where they like scan your fucking license and make sure that you're not a violent criminal wanted for something by the
Okay, well, don't go
and
too
then
far with that because some fucking LP state account is going to say that that's the equivalent of a fucking yellow Jewish star during the Holocaust. So you can't even say that shit anymore. You cannot say that you want to scan people's fucking IDs anymore without them making a fucking Holocaust
right.
comparison.
Well, that actually does bring up a really funny point if we go all the way back to the vaccine passports, talking about regular passports, because those were fucking temporary when they came out.
I have
When
no idea what the history of passports is.
So passports were a temporary precaution during World War II.
Oh, okay.
This was like just to keep us safe
For
kind of
everybody or
thing.
just the United States? Because I know
Uh,
every country has passports, right?
I think like it was somewhere. It was between the world wars, like in that time frame, that it became a thing almost globally. Like within
Oh,
that
okay.
that almost like 20, what is that, 20-30 year period. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, it just like became a thing because everybody was suddenly scared of each other and like they needed to protect each other during war times and now it's such a like normal part of our lives. Same with the social security number, right? That was supposed to be just for social security. You weren't
Yeah,
supposed to
that's
share
really
that
fucked up.
shit.
I've always been uncomfortable with Social Security. I've always felt like you should be able to opt out of it. Ever since I got like my first like job that actually had like a pay stub instead of just like somebody handing me like a check or like cash, like I was looking at it and was like what is like why do I not have a choice in this? Like why
Mhm,
does the government take my money to give it back to me when
mhm.
it's literally like spending it on fucking old people right now? Like what's
Right.
going on?
Yeah.
I've always been against that shit. I've always felt very uncomfortable that I have a number associated with my entire life and that
Mhm,
people can like ruin your life if they have it. Like that
mhm,
that scares me. So definitely relate. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about a passport. It's just always I guess like it's just part of my life.
Yeah.
It's this passport.
Yeah, again, it's mutual. Like you can't run for office in America and say I am going to do this thing that requires mutual like cooperation with another country. Like you can't guarantee that. You can't even guarantee mutual cooperation with the other people in the legislative body you're getting elected to. So
Right.
most of the time, most of your promises are bullshit. But like to promise cooperation with another country, even more bullshit. Unless you know something. Like unless you're like Meghan Markle who's running and saying like if elected,
Oh
like we'll
Lord.
have a
Are
great
you suggesting that
fucking
Meghan Markle's a
relationship.
foreign agent at this point? This is getting crazy. That whole drama literally pissed me off. I was like, I don't even care about this. It wasn't that, okay, I shouldn't say the drama pissed me off because I was like, I didn't even watch the Oprah interview at all. I didn't watch that shit. I don't care about that shit. But the fact
Zero
that
fucks given.
it was like the fact that people were so angry that she did that interview. Like it was like all these, they made it so political. I was like, why does the left love her and the right hate her? I was like, why is this political? What does this have to do with American politics? What does this have to do with anything? I didn't know why like political accounts like it would be like respected like right wing journalists. It would be like Jack Posobiec tweeting like Meghan Markle is a fucking whiner, and I'm like, what? Like I don't know. It was so weird. It was so weird. Like that. I don't know. So that's what pissed me off.
Well, it was
So
a
I just
fucking
feel like you're
distraction.
saying she has a potential to be a double agent or whatever and make some crazy fucking prediction about the relationships between the UK and the USA. That just adds onto the pile of right-wing conspiracy theories surrounding Meghan Markle, the poor African American woman who just wanted to fit in the racist white supremacist KKK royal family. I don't know. That's what I gathered from Twitter. I think that's what happened, right? Didn't she
Something
accuse him
like
of
that.
being? Yeah, she accused him of being racist. Everyone fucking flipped out. I don't
Well,
know.
I mean, they're racist and they're also like really elitist. They're
They have a
elitist
bunch of,
more
and they're
than they're
fucking
racist.
inbred. They're fucking inbred. First
Yeah,
of all,
and they're
they're fucking
werewolves.
pedophiles. They're protecting this gigantic pedophile ring. I'm like, there's a lot worse things. I'll be the first to say it. There's worse things than being kind of racist. It's not like they called her the fucking N word. They were like, what color is the baby gonna be? I'm like, there are much worse things than that. We should worry about fucking Prince Charles, whatever the fuck his name is, being a fucking pedophile, or Prince Philip,
Andrew.
whichever prince is a pedophile.
Andrew.
Oh, whatever. Whichever one of them's a pedophile. And all of them are covering up for Prince Andrew. So,
Yeah.
all of them, probably.
Yeah, my favorite take on that interview was I don't remember how it was worded because it was worded funnily, and what I'm saying isn't going to be. But it was something along the lines of let's do it again, but instead of Meghan, let's have Prince Andrew, and instead of Oprah, let's have the cops.
Right, like he needs to go to jail.
He needs to go to fucking jail.
I feel like Oprah did that shit because people say that Oprah's involved in like all those because she's a billionaire and she knows a lot of celebrities. She knows a lot of people who have connections. I'm not gonna say that Oprah's a fucking pedophile. I don't know that. I just know people say that. But it seems a little suspect that she blew this shit up. She was like, she made all the folks in the royal family shift to Meghan's bullshit complaints about whatever the fuck and everyone's bullshit reaction to her bullshit complaints. I was just like, okay, like this is the new Jeffrey Epstein to kill himself because now nobody talks about that shit anymore. So now no one's gonna talk about this shit anymore. It's done. No one's talked about it since Meghan Markle had her fucking interview with Oprah. So I think Oprah might be like, friends with Prince Andrew.
I mean, it
I think it's
really
very
wouldn't
possible.
surprise me at this point. She's sold out to like all of the American establishment. So why wouldn't she be helping out?
I used to like
The
Oprah
British?
a lot. I thought she was a very daring journalist when she was like first getting started, and she would have like crazy people come on her show. Like she would have like an actual KKK member, and they would be like hurling racial slurs at her, and she'd just be like, "Now, why do you think this way?" Like she'd be so nice to them, and I was like, "Wow, that's like she's so brave for having like these crazy like controversial guests on." And now she's doing like these puff pieces for fucking royals and like celebrities and shit. I'm just like, she's definitely a sellout.
Well, you're not even allowed to do what Oprah used to do anymore, and Oprah would tell you that. Like Oprah would cancel you for doing Oprah shit.
Right.
To
Now
like,
you can't platform the opposition. You can never platform somebody who's just a little further right than Ben Shapiro, much less an actual fucking Klan member like Oprah did.
most people don't even let you platform Ben Shapiro.
That's true. That's true. You know what? I'm just mad at him lately because every YouTube video I've watched in the last week has gotten a fucking Daily Wire ad on it. I don't know why. I'm not a subscriber to the Daily Wire. I don't read the website. I watched, and then finally they gave me this trailer to this movie that was on the Daily Wire called, I think it was called like Run, Hide, Fight, and it was about a school shooting. And I was like, oh fuck, this is gonna be like a corny Republican like school shooting movie. And then I watched the trailer and like it actually looked decent. And then I was like, let me fucking watch this Daily Wire ass movie. And so I sat down and I watched all of it, and I was like, that was a good movie.
How was
but
it?
I still, it was, huh?
It was good.
Yeah, it was good. It wasn't very political. It was just like a movie. You would not have guessed that it would have been hosted on the Daily Wire, to be honest. But I still hate Ben Shapiro for advertising that shit to me for a week straight until I fucking watched it. So fuck you. So maybe he should be deplatformed. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we can't platform anyone. Like I have gotten in trouble for some of the people that I have had on my show.
Like Dave
And
Smith?
that's like, I haven't even had him on the show yet. I just retweet him sometimes and I get shit on for it. I also have retweeted Nick Fuentes once or twice, so that doesn't help people.
Okay, I just have to ask, when are you in agreement with Nick Fuentes?
He posts some based shit on Twitter. Like, he's a human.
I don't know. I can't say. He blocked me, so I can't really say.
Okay. I mean, so I unfollowed him. I followed him for a very short period of time. When I found out, when people started going crazy about the fact that he was on Dave Smith's show, like when we kind of started doing this unity thing and people were accusing him of being a racist because of having Nick Fuentes on the show, I was like, all right, let's see what this kid's about. So I followed him for probably like a month and a half or so.
Until you realize he's actually racist? Like what? Like what?
I mean, it didn't take time. I was just curious. I am somebody that enjoys like I wouldn't quite call it hate following, but it's
I definitely
more
enjoy following controversial people.
Yeah, like I enjoy. I follow a bunch of progressives that I fucking despise, just because I need to know what they're talking about. I want to know what
That's true.
What's her name, like Brianna Joy or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Like whatever she's talking about is what the progressives are talking about today. So like I need to know what she's talking about. Like I followed Anna Kasparian for like a year. I just couldn't take it anymore though.
I definitely don't hate follow people, but I definitely follow people that I hate their viewpoints. But the thing about Fuentes is that he's just like a bully in general. And I don't like that shit on my timeline, so that's it.
Yeah, that was what it was. I don't enjoy him as a person. Like I don't like him on my Twitter feed.
Yeah,
like, as a human.
But it's funny because like I don't think people are like racist for like talking with or following a racist. Like this is the funniest part about my Twitter. I'm mutuals with Richard Spencer on Twitter. I don't know why. I just am. And then I'll just read his tweets and be like, wow, that's some fucked up shit. But he follows me, so he's retweeting me a couple of times. It's so funny. I'm like, why is Richard Spencer retweeting me? This is fucked up. Like I'm literally biracial, but whatever.
I mean, I find that to be like the funniest shit because it's so like you're making them fuck up their own thing. Like it's just
we had a whole DM conversation. I won't post screenshots because that's so fucked up, but we had a conversation.
Oh wow.
It was like years. It was like he's been mutuals with me for like 3 years.
Oh wow.
He followed me. He followed me before I had a lot of followers. It was really strange, actually. He followed me first, and then I followed him back, and I DM'd him. I was like, "Hello, like, can I help you?" And then we had a short conversation. It wasn't like we're on FaceTime all day. Like I'm besties with Richard Spencer because I'm not. But we
breaking news.
That would be so bad if I be like, yeah, I'm on FaceTime right now, and he just picks up. It's Richard Spencer.
Oh
That
my
would be,
gosh.
yeah. Please cancel me if I'm ever best friends with Richard Spencer. But no, and then over the years, he's like, he'll literally interact with my tweets sometimes. I'm just like, this looks so bad.
Mhm.
And people have DM'd me be like, why do you follow Richard Spencer? Like, people take the time out of the day to scroll through my followers and shit. And I'm just like, I follow a bunch of people on the far left, and you're not DMing me about that. Like, why are you more offended at like a fucking fascist and a communist? Like, they're both fucking bad, you know?
Right. I get that a lot too. I had somebody going after me the other day because of some of the people that I followed. And that one just doesn't make sense to me. It's like, yeah, I follow a bunch of fucked up people. Like if
Yeah. It would
like
be different if I was like liking their tweets or retweeting their tweets. But
Mhm.
if I follow, that just means I want to see it, you know, and I might want to reply to their posts or like add something onto their post or quote tweet them or something. That
Yeah.
like I follow people, like if I follow you, that might mean I just kind of want to see your post and maybe disagree with you sometimes. Like it doesn't mean I actually like you.
Right.
I do like you. That came out so wrong. I do like you. That's not why I follow you. I'm sorry.
Sure. That was
Okay.
that
I'm
I'll
never disagreeing with you. I retweet you sometimes. Sometimes you say something kind of based, and I'm like, I
yeah.
like.
I very much so I keep like kind of going back and forth between doing Twitter right and doing Twitter like behaving. Um because to do Twitter right, you post hot takes and make people get really super mad. That's how you get followers, right? Like that's how Twitter works.
Yeah.
Um but like that's not good for like culture within Liberty Twitter
Right.
and like
I struggle
unity
with
and
that.
stuff.
I struggle with
So
that for sure. Because I feel like to gain the largest amount of followers on Twitter, you have to appeal to the lowest common denominator. So you kind of have to make like sweeping generalizations, like the left is evil, and then you can get a bunch of right wing followers because you agree with them on this one thing that's like a sweeping generalization and like the lowest common denominator of things that people on the right believe. But when I want to start getting specific, when I want to start tweeting about like small government shit, more liberty shit, or anything that has to do with like race relations or pro-black shit, then people got me fucked up. And they're like, I thought you were conservative, like now you're a liberal. I'm like, no, you thought you agree with me on like one thing, you know? So I've started to make my tweets much more like specific and much more like true to my real opinions rather than just
Mhm.
like tweeting to get followers or tweeting for the sake of like tweeting. But
Yeah.
it's definitely like stopped me from gaining followers, and you know, it hurts my engagement, which is like it's fine. Like I don't want to be like a social media influencer or anything. It's just like interesting to notice.
hmm Yeah, I definitely I got caught up in that. I went from 1,000 to 2,000 in like 3 months or 2 months or so. Like it was pretty fast, and I was like super hype during that entire time, and I was just like, yeah, like Twitter
Yeah,
everything. And like people are gonna watch my show, and people are gonna this, and people are like, yeah, my like it's blowing up. Like I'm talking to Dave
I go
Smith. He
through a phase
follows
like
me.
that like every month.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're way past like that point of like
I
I
don't
mean,
think
I'm
so.
at
I
I'm at
don't think so
2,500
because
or
I don't think
2,000.
so because like when I like think about like I feel like this is a thing that people don't talk about, but if you have an account over like 10K on Twitter, like you're definitely in group chats with people who have like 100K, a million followers, and they're like sending their shit out to like smaller accounts to like retweet and stuff, like retweet for retweet and all that kind of stuff. Everybody is still trying to build their account, even if you have like a million plus followers. Like it
Mhm.
really, I felt like once I hit 10K, that would be like the threshold, and I wouldn't worry about it anymore. But like everyone still worries about it. It's still very much a popularity contest, which I don't really subscribe to anymore. Now I don't give a fuck. Like I said, I just like tweet my actual opinions, whether it's like popular or not. But you'd be like, I feel like people would be surprised that amount of people that like really give a fuck. Like
Mhm.
truly, truly to their heart, they really give a fuck about followers. And that's like crazy.
Well, so how does it feel to have that many people reading your random thoughts?
Um, it honestly causes me a lot of anxiety because I'm not the best. I am a good speller. I'm just not the best proofreader. So I'm like very known to make like typos or just like tweet something that kind of reads like very stupid. So there's like small worries that I have like that. Like, oh my God, everyone just saw me like spell some shit like horribly wrong. And then there's other shit where it's like, I definitely use it as an outlet at times. I find it kind of like, I don't know, it's really strange. I can't really describe it, but it's like on some level, I'm like, wow, it's so cool. Like I have all these people I can talk to at any time. It's so therapeutic for me to use this as an outlet because at any time, you know, I could just tweet my thoughts and at least 10 people are going to respond like, wow, I feel the same way, or wow, I have an opinion on what you just said. Or it can completely blow up and I might get like, you know, overwhelmed with like comments and like DMs and stuff. And then I definitely overshare on social media too much. And then I get anxious because I'm like, wow, why did I just post that for like 40,000 followers? Like they don't need to know that shit about me. Like, why did I say that? So I feel like it's a power I definitely struggle with learning how to wield correctly because I definitely am like, I don't know, I feel like some of my tweets are gonna bite me in the ass in like a year or so. So I kind of have to delete some shit. But the one good thing, this is the best thing I've noticed so far, is that if you have a lot of followers, people who are actually talented and actually famous, they'll think that you're famous too, so they'll follow you. So now I'm like, I have politicians following me, and I'm like, you literally don't know who I am. You just think I'm smart because I have like 40K followers, and I'm really fucking retarded. So, like, I literally thought that the other day because fucking, I'm like the last person on Liberty Twitter for Justin Amash to follow, but it was really random. And I was like, wow, that's so funny that like somebody who is like actually like in the government follows me so they can just see my fucking memes, like see my shit posts just because I have like a fucking like couple thousand followers. Like just anytime someone verified follows me, I'm just like, I'm not one of y'all. I'm really not. I don't do anything with my life but Twitter. Y'all are actually famous like in the real world. I'm famous on Twitter. Like it's not the same. So it gives me like a false sense of like confidence, and then it really humbles me at times like that.
Yeah, I definitely, I mean, like I'm nowhere near like that level, but I've got a couple of like followers that I'm really proud of. But I definitely like worked for all of them or all but one of them. Like I tweeted at Justin Amash like constantly. Like
Really?
I replied to like we interacted with each other on Twitter before he followed me. Like I replied or like, you know, I commented on almost everything he tweeted. Like I just like I had an opinion on almost like I was just like and part of me like really wanted him to follow me. So like, you know, I interacted with him a lot. You know, a lot of them followed that I've got right now are just thanks to Clubhouse. So you know, like
I've been on there a lot, yeah.
I got like
You're moderating everything on there. Every time I join
I'm
a fucking clubhouse, it's David Fite's moderating. I'm like, okay.
that's because Jess Mears exists and keeps just every time I join a room that she's moderating, she
Just
makes me a
makes you a
speaker and a
moderator.
moderator.
I was so mad the other day because Amash was speaking and I saw you invited me up to the clubhouse to speak, and then I got a phone call and I had to take it. So I was like, I didn't get a chance to ask Justin a question. But next time I'm gonna remember Justin, you see me, you have to move me the fuck up there.
Oh yeah.
I'm literally gonna bribe you. But I do want to talk to him. But like that was one. See, I didn't work for that one, and it's crazy because I used to tweet so much hate about Justin Amash. Like so much. Like when I was like super big into like Trump and shit, I would be like, he's so anti-Trump, like he's a rhino. And now he follows me. And then there was the weirdest one I've never had to work for, and I just followed her back because I just noticed she followed me was Megyn Kelly. And I was like, I don't even like her. And I've definitely tweeted some hateful shit about her too. So I really don't know why she followed me. But I followed her back. I was like, don't worry, Megan, I got you. I'm not too famous to follow Megyn Kelly back. I want to ask you, who is like your dream Twitter follow? Don't say Ron Paul or some basic shit like that. Like say something like unique.
Kid Quill.
Who's that?
He's a rapper.
Oh, okay, cool.
Or like I it's pop rap. I don't know. He's somewhere in between those two. It's hard to actually put him in a
Okay, pick
genre.
someone that I would know.
Um, hmm. Joe Rogan probably
That would be a good
would
follow.
be. I've got like the realistic ones. I've got all of them that I care about other than Tulsi.
Okay.
Because I have now I've got Dave Smith, Scott Horton, Justin Amash, Kennedy, Hannah Cox, Matt Kibbe. They've got pretty much all the Liberty ones that I would care about. That I've Tulsi just annoys me because I literally like saw her every day for like
Right.
65 days straight. She
Right. She
sang me
won't
happy
follow you back.
birthday, but she doesn't follow me on anything. I'm
Do you have her
I
number?
am
Can you
Facebook
call her?
friends. I do, yeah, I have her phone number, but she
Yeah,
doesn't
call her
follow
and be
me
like,
on
what the
anything.
fuck,
I am literally
bitch?
friends with every single member of her family on Facebook but her mom and her dad and her
Why
brother
not
and
her?
because she hasn't accepted my friend request. I don't know.
But
The
her
thing is,
family has, her siblings have.
the thing is, she doesn't give a fuck about social media, and I know this about her.
I
She
can
goes
tell. She doesn't
like,
really care.
yeah, she goes on Twitter and Instagram because she has to for her campaign and now for her like personal brand and to like make a living. It's
So you don't
work.
think she like purposely doesn't follow you back? She just really doesn't go on there to be
She
following
just really doesn't
people.
give a fuck. And like honestly, I don't care that much either cuz like there's like a little bit of me that like whenever she like actually does interact with like somebody else on the campaign and they'll like send it into a group chat that I'm in and be like, oh, she's saying blah blah blah, and I'm just like, meh,
You're like,
a little bit
bitch.
salty, just a little bit salty, but I like I said, like I don't really care, and so and like I said, I got basically all the rest of them that I would care about, other than I guess Massey also doesn't follow me.
It's
And
weird
so
because he's been following me for a minute. He's been following me for like 8 months or so. But I feel like he's only like liked like two of my tweets, and I think it was like replies to his tweets. Like he doesn't, at least for me, he doesn't really interact with my posts. He just follows me. So I feel like he hates me or has me muted. That's what I feel like. And
that
that's so sad because I love him so much.
I'm waiting for I have a couple of follows still that confuse me. Like Cliff Maloney still follows me.
He follows me too.
And like I have tweeted out so much hateful shit about him.
Oh, really? I mean,
And
I
just
tweeted
Yal
out in
in
support of Yao
general.
too. I
Yeah.
tweeted out like I did like the Yao 2 shit, but I didn't like tweet like at him. And
I've
I heard he was
tweeted
blocking
at
people.
him.
He blocks
Yeah.
everybody. That honestly surprises me.
Right. Like all of my group chats, like almost everyone in all of my group chats are blocked from it. And a couple of that my friends have were blocked by Yal. And
That was the craziest part. That when the Yao 2 shit first happened and like before they like released the statement that people were getting blocked by the Yao main account. I was like, that makes you guys look really fucking bad. Really, really bad.
really bad. But both Cliff and Yal still follow me, so that one's interesting. I'm waiting for Breaky to actually like get into it with me on Twitter and realize
So I
that.
know you said you had like some Twitter beef with him last time, but what was the specific shit? Like, what did you disagree with him on?
Oh, we were just disagreeing on the base, like the entire concept of Republicans. I mean, like the basic conversation of
Like the Liberty Republican thing?
yeah, do they actually elect libertarians to state houses?
Oh, like Yao. Just
Yeah,
Yao. Like, oh,
uh,
well,
because
not always.
no,
Not
yeah,
always.
fairly rarely.
I
Yeah,
think they typically go against the establishment. So the campaigns I was on, the two OWD campaigns I was on, it was both in like very rural Missouri. And it was a very Republican controlled area, but the establishment was pretty corrupt, the incumbents were pretty corrupt. So we just put in like more like people that didn't even really brand themselves as a liberty Republican, but were more of like a constitutional conservative, as opposed to like the kind of like, I don't know, like the Republicans, they were more like Dixiecrats, if you know what I mean, just kind of like old and racist. So that's how they branded. That's how we branded them, and like that was better than nothing. It wasn't a libertarian, but I'm Facebook friends with both the candidates now. Neither of them won. One of them actually did pretty good though. And like reading their posts, they're very much like libertarian, like on Facebook, but their campaigns were not ran as a libertarian at all. And I think it was to give us a winning chance.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, but I feel like a lot of the candidates that Yao runs are more liberty minded that they may come across, but it's in like a heavily red district, so they can actually like win, you know?
Yeah, I definitely found out that I needed to reserve judgment for these people until like, because their campaigns were not them. Like a lot of them were lying through their campaigns, pretending to be like some like right wing Trumpian, like back the blue moron. But like when I actually talk to them, they're like, yeah, no, fuck the Fed. I have a Hawaiian shirt
Which is
too.
really
Like,
unfortunate that they have to kind of market themselves that way to even get in. But maybe it's worth it for them to get in the first place, because other than that, there would be nobody. It would just be the establishment Republicans who are exactly what they say they are, like very, theocratic and like want to keep marijuana legal and shit like that. And it's just, obviously I'm not down with that, but it's like, oh my God, I literally have the lit right here. But so this was one state race, and then these were the two state races I was on. The lits are exactly identical, basically, even though two different candidates, because OWD prints this shit off of like a mass template. Anyways, both these candidates were actually like pretty good and like pretty good libertarians. Like you can find them on Facebook. They share all these liberty memes and shit. But on there, what does it say? Conservative, business owner, like family man, traditional. It's like on one of the ones that they did, on one of the copies, they had like a picture of Trump on the back or some shit. I was like, what? Like, why are we tying our state rep campaign to Trump? But yeah, it's
MTM actually made me work for Trump.
They made you?
Well, I mean, I was there and kind of stuck. So yeah.
Were you like making calls?
No, I was at door knocking for him in
For Trump?
South Carolina. Trump
You're
and
such a
Graham.
sellout. You're literally a sellout.
Yep. I went there. So we went there to work for Nancy Mace, who is actually a palatable candidate.
Yeah.
Like I'm cool and like
she knocked with us down in Georgia for the Senate runoffs.
Yeah, she's cool. Like I like her. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll go work that race. That's an interesting race in general. I didn't think she was gonna win because her opponent is also like just checks too many political boxes. This dude is like the best candidate and that you could ever ask for, like as a campaign person. So I was intrigued by this race. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go down and help out that race. We get there and it's Trump, Graham, and a little blurb about Mace on the back of the lit.
What?
And I'm like, no, 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 no. No.
And so, did you complain? Like, were you like, "What the fuck? I was told this would be."
Well, I
for
mean,
Nancy
we were
Mace.
all complaining. Like, the thing is, like, it wasn't. I'll give MTM like some backup here because it wasn't like they made the lit. It was the South Carolina GOP
That's
fucked us
true.
over.
That is true. That is true. That is true.
So, so like everyone was
for the
pissed.
record. I don't hate Yao. I like Yao. I signed up for Revolution 21 just because I want to meet all these liberty-minded people.
I will
I don't
see
really.
you there.
Oh my God! Yay! Oh my God! I love Florida. I'm so excited to go. But and I understand it's the same people generally who are in Yale, the MTM, but like the MTM structure is definitely it's like a lot of people in Yale too complained about the lack of HR in Yale, but whatever HR you had in Yale is like worlds better than what is in MTM, because there is no HR in MTM. There's nothing in MTM. It's just
Literally
like
nothing.
there's no rules. That the people who get in trouble for sexually assaulting people in Yale, they get jobs at MTM. So that was always very suspicious to me, even before Yao too kind of like implicated Grice and Cliff. And I'm not saying they're guilty, because obviously innocent until proven guilty, but I do think the circumstances are very like suspect. And honestly, the allegations really did not surprise me too much.
Not
But
even a little bit.
I just wanted to say that because I'm really not against Yao. I really try to give them a fair chance. I'll criticize them and praise them. Like, sorry, did I cut out?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Oh, I was just saying I want to be consistent on the Yao issue and like try to judge them fairly.
Yeah, I think I was very hesitant. So I got sent some of the evidence that went around Twitter like 3 days before it actually went around Twitter.
Okay.
And I kind of dismissed it when I saw, like, because it was like just, or it wasn't really the necessarily evidence, it was more just accusations. And I kind of dismissed it as like, okay, yeah, like, I mean, I'm sure stuff happened, but like this person was trying to like attack Yal structurally as like this terrible organization that, and so they follow up showing me how terrible their candidates are with this, and I was like, okay, yeah, so maybe Cliff is a rapist. That doesn't mean anything politically, right? That doesn't mean anything about Yal's ability to win races and do liberty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cliff's what, like, it has nothing
Well, he
to do
wasn't.
with it.
I want to be clear. He wasn't accused
Yeah,
of physically raping somebody, right?
that is true. You're right.
I think Grice was accused of attempting to physically harm somebody, though. Like somebody said he like tried to drag them into a hotel room, or they had to like physically try to like shove him out of the way to escape a hotel room or something like that. Or I think somebody was stuck in a hotel room with him, and there was another instance where he like forced or moved a girl's hand like to touch him inappropriately or something like that.
Oh wow.
But from the allegation, I don't want to like, don't quote me on this, but I feel like the allegations against Grice were like physical, and the ones against Cliff were just like he's a creep.
Yeah.
Which I don't know.
Kind of like checks out.
I don't know Cliff at all.
Yeah, I actually, yeah, I know Grice better than I know Cliff, and so all of that checks out. In my, like, from my experience,
I've
but
heard
like,
people complain about Grice before, but not like sexually. Like, I do know this one chick who claimed that they hooked up. And I knew he has a fiance, so I was like, at the time, I thought she was lying. But after these allegations, I'm like, I don't know if he has any problems cheating on his fiance at this point. So I don't know what to believe.
Yeah,
He had it out for me. He like tried. I can say this though. I think he hates me before the Yao 2 shit. Are you okay?
we're good. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Grice had a reputation in Yao as a playboy. Like,
Really?
I knew that he was sleeping with people on campaigns. Like, I
feel really bad
consensually.
for his girlfriend. I feel really bad for her.
Yeah. Wife,
Damn.
I think now.
They're at
Right?
least engaged. I don't know if they got married, but whoever he's dating or whoever he's married to, I feel bad for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, he made a weird. I'll tell you this. Actually, let me tell you this after the live. He has beef with me for some reason. I'll say this
but yeah, so back to what I was getting with the, like, I dismissed it originally because I was like, okay, yeah, sure, like, Cliff's a creep. Like, that doesn't really mean much, especially in the context of the conversation I was in at the time. I'm just like, okay, yeah, sure. And then it like became a thing, and I was like, oh, so like this is like a real thing. This is like a lot of things and a lot of people and a lot of stories and a whole lot of shit. Um, and one thing that I was really proud of, really, was how the movement responded. You know,
Yeah.
we're branded as a sausage fest, like
Like sexual
misogynist,
deviants, like you guys
like
don't care about women and all that kind of
right,
stuff.
like we're all either incels or players,
Mhm.
you know, and we're the Libertarian Party is branded as a lot of terrible things, but the Sausage
Yeah.
Fest one is accurate, right? We are like 85% male still, like the party itself.
Why is that, do you think? Because I don't even know.
There There's there's reasons I think that go into that. Some of them sound more sexist than others when it's verbalized out loud.
Let me say this.
But
Here's what I think you're gonna say. I think that women tend to support more what they think is compassionate politics. So I think that women in general are conditioned. Maybe it's not genetic, maybe it's not like a difference between the sexes thing, but I think that females in society are at least conditioned to believe that they have to like want to take care of everybody. So I think they're more inclined to, support things like social welfare or gun control, things that may keep everybody safe, that maybe are not as dangerous for everybody in their minds, but are not the best ideas. You know what I'm saying? So that's what leads me to believe that. But then again, the Republican Party has a lot of women in it. A lot of the women voted for Trump. But then again, I don't think the Republicans are revolutionary either. And I think a lot of Republican women just kind of vote for whatever the fuck their husband votes for. So I don't know. That's
yeah,
just
I
my
think
theory.
so. My opinion for and especially because we're talking about the actual LP, right? Not like the opinions that would
Yeah.
make someone a libertarian.
Yeah.
I think that women more often than not seek out getting involved in other way, even if they go down the path of like political engagement. It's not usually the stuffy rooms with the fucking uh
It's
Robert's
like no,
rules
I completely understand.
meetings, right?
It's like going to like a slut walk. It's like going to like a Hillary Clinton fucking brunch. It's not sitting in a fucking basement with a bunch of fucking nerds talking about election strategy for the LP where your Facebook page has 153 likes. It's like it's not.
Right.
I don't want to say women don't do grassroots because they certainly do, but it's
They
definitely
go
more
the
glamorous.
nonprofit route. Yeah, they go the nonprofit route more often than the
Yeah.
actual political route. Because if you look at the actual like makeup of the other two parties, also they're pretty heavily male. Also, for a similar reason, like women don't enjoy spending 2 hours a month in a room full of dudes talking about boring shit that they don't care
Mhm.
about.
But they
Listening,
will organize a fucking bomb ass like fundraiser and design shit and do
right.
merch and all this kind of stuff. That makes
Right.
sense.
All of
That
the
actually
stuff
makes
that we
sense.
don't do as the
They'll be like the
Libertarian
social media
Party.
managers for the campaign.
Right. Right.
This is
All
so
of the things
sexist.
that the
I'm glad you're letting
Libertarian
me say all this kind of stuff because you can't say you get canceled. It's
I
true though.
probably would.
It's true though.
But it's not even I don't even find it sexist. I honestly find it like I kind of I almost envy that way of life of like not going like just avoiding rooms like that. I wish I had just like
You don't want to be in
avoided.
a room full of incels.
No, it's not fun. I spend so much of my time of in my life on a Zoom call with like fucking 50 something year old weirdos from Timbuktu and like some like 15-year-old kid with a gay pride Gadsden flag behind him like I had.
I was
And
about to
like
say, don't you have that shit?
yeah. And like a couple of people in between, and it's just like and it's just it hurts. I can like
Yeah.
feel my brain like oozing out of my ears
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Okay, but imagine this. Picture this. You are the one woman that breaks the mold and makes it into like sitting in the stuffy incel room. Imagine the negative fucking creepy attention and stares you get. Because imagine being that, because almost every Yell campaign has like that one chick in the house and everyone acts so fucking weird to her. That's me. That was me. That's been me so many times.
Mhm.
So that's like another that's definitely another reason why women don't join this shit, because they get treated so fucking weird. And not like it, I'm not saying I got sexually harassed or like sexually assaulted, like the Yao2 shit, but I just mean like incels are awkward around women, that's all, you know?
Yeah. I mean, but
So
most people are, and especially the kind of people that are good at economics. You know,
yeah.
it is unusual that someone is good at both economics, like deep economic theory, and talking to women.
Yeah.
I'm not that good at deep economic theory.
Oh, but you're like a player?
I mean, I'm not. I would consider myself
Okay.
a jack of all trades and mediocre at both of those things.
Okay.
But I'm not great at either.
I think
But
right now you're claiming to be like a ladies' man. That's how that came across.
maybe, but not traditionally. That has not been the majority of my life.
Okay.
I'm definitely less awkward around women now than I was in like high school, but
That's the same for everybody.
that's true. That is true. But yeah, but just in general, people aren't math people, and math people aren't people. For the
I'm not a math person, but I also don't think I'm a people person though.
You think you are a people person?
I'm not.
Oh, you
I'm
hate
like
people?
I have like really, really, really bad social anxiety. I don't know if it comes across online because people tell me they're surprised by that all the time, but it's like crippling. And I'm gonna tell you like the most embarrassing time recently this has come out is, and this isn't that recent. It was like it's probably in like November. I was working at this restaurant. I was living in Pennsylvania because that was back when I was up at school trying to like go to school, go to work, and practice at the same time. It didn't fucking work out. It was awful. It was just why I wish I was 16 again. But anyways, I worked at a restaurant. I had to deposit cash tips and a check at the same day. So I walked to the bank. I don't have a car. So I walked to the bank. It's like a mile in one direction. And the ATM is broken. I go inside. I deposit the cash at the counter. And the lady's like, "Do you need anything else?" And I was like, "No, thanks, bye." And then, like, when I'm out the door, I realized I still have to deposit the check. And then I look back and I realized I cannot talk to her again after saying I already I already I can't go back and be like, actually, I have to deposit a check. Do you know what I did? Do you know what I did? Do you know what I did? I walked 4 miles to a different bank and did it. It was really, really bad. I was like, I'd literally rather go spend the entire day walking to two different banks than just go to the one close by and do two things at once because I fucked up and I said I don't have anything else to deposit. Like that's how bad my fucking social anxiety is. So when I'm in like a room full of like libertarian incels, I kind of get it. I'm like, I'm awkward as fuck too. And we're all just kind of staring at each other like, whoa, like I get it. But they make it like have like this weird sexual tension that I'm like really not down for. So yeah, that's a struggle.
Yeah, I can definitely relate on the social anxiety front, and would also have probably done the same walking
Really? I'm
before.
so embarrassed by that. Every
Oh,
time I tell that story, people are like, Olivia, get some help. They're like, you need to be medicated.
I is there because I feel like social anxiety is different than just general anxiety, right? Like I don't really get like panic attacks or like I don't have
No, the
anxiety.
medication for
I
social
have
anxiety is getting drunk. When I drink, I have no social cues. I will literally say whatever the fuck comes to my mind. Like I'll say some crazy ass shit. I'll confess my love for somebody I don't even know. Like I feel like I have no filter when I'm drunk at all. So I feel
Mhm.
like that's the medication. But fortunately, I can't just walk around, go through life drunk. So I have to deal with it.
Well, that's why I smoke. Like
When I'm high, it still doesn't like lift that filter though.
it yeah, it doesn't lift it quite the way that drinking does for me either, but it definitely uh it allows me to dodge it, I think, a little bit more. I can trick my social anxiety better if I'm stoned. I can just like
Oh,
plow through it in situations like because especially I worked for Yale, like door knocking, right? So that I fucking
bruh, do
hate.
not tell
I
me you were a high door knocking.
oh every day, every day.
Oh my god, that's so
I
bad.
don't. Well, I can't actually say every day because it took me like a week and a half to get my first paycheck to go actually get some weed in Michigan. But
That's so relatable. They don't even be paying us that much to be doing all that.
no, but so like knocking doors is super like sometimes I'm fine, and then other times like you have like one or two bad interactions in a row or
For
something
the
like
rest
that.
of the day, you're just like, oh fuck, I don't want to
Yeah.
knock anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like hand shaking like up to the but when you're stoned, you can just like or at least I feel like I can just plow through stuff like that. I can just like run up to the door and ring the doorbell and just like haha.
You don't
Like
want to be
I just
you don't want to be like at people's doors smelling like weed though.
oh yeah, no, I would usually I would like go and I would have I had like cologne on me at all times and I would smoke and then I would like spray and then I would usually like smoke a
Yeah, and so
cigarette.
when you go up to the door, the people are like, "This dude smells like weed and fucking Axe body spray." That's what they're fucking smelling. You don't. It's not gonna mask the scent of weed. It's just gonna make it fucking worse.
Uh yeah, I mean I definitely I actually at the time I was still smoking cigarettes. So it would I basically just smelled like cigarettes, which is arguably worse, but not worse, for
Hmm.
whatever unknown
Yeah,
reason. You if I knock on somebody's door smelling like cigarettes, meh, like okay, you're
they're
a
gonna be
door
like, "That
knocker,
guy smells like cigarettes," but they're not gonna call the cops on you.
right? Exactly. And like at least we were in Michigan, so it is legal there. So
Oh,
not for like
okay.
public consumption. So you
Yeah.
can't like you still can't like walk down the street smoking a joint. That's
I
not
was
quite
just like,
legal.
I was just thinking about my black ass in rural Missouri coming to the door smelling like weed. That would have not ended well for me at all.
Uh,
There was one time, one day, I was like wasted at 8 a.m. going up to the doors. I woke up. My ED, who shall remain nameless, made me take like 6 shots. We're like out the door, and I'm like fucking like stumbling up to these doors drunk as fuck. It was honestly the funnest I've ever had door knocking. But yeah,
did
it was kind of crazy.
I am a big fan of working under the influence if you know how to handle yourself. So my background before I got into politics was telemarketing. And so I would smoke and drink heavily throughout the day uh when I did that too. Cuz
That seems like it would
I
be
can
fun because
fucking
it's not face to face. I feel like I could much easier have like a phone conversation if I was drunk. I would just be like much more like loose. I'd probably be nicer too.
Yeah, I wouldn't get like drunk. I was pretty careful because so the problem with that one is I still needed to be able to do math. I needed to be able to do math quickly because
Okay.
I was doing I was selling loans. So
Okay.
I had to like do
You're one of
interest
those
math.
annoying ass people.
Yeah. I had to do like interest math off the top of my head on the phone.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get too stoned or too drunk, but like I could keep a nice buzz going throughout the entire day. And I would just be like leaning back, feet up on the desk, just like bullshitting with someone for like 20 minutes until like I finally got the information out of them that I needed. It was
Hmm.
great. Like, and so yeah, I would wake up, put like Bailey's in my coffee, and then get to
That's
door
healthy.
knocking.
That's really healthy. Good job.
I'm not an alcoholic uh, anymore.
I don't believe you, but that's fine. I don't judge.
I mean, I definitely used to be, but I'm not
Okay.
anymore. I don't.
That's good.
I drink maybe like once or twice a week at this point. It's pretty
Oh, okay.
reasonable.
No, that's fine. I feel like the reason
Mhm.
I don't drink more is just like I don't have access to it. I'm 20, so it's like so much easier for me to get weed than alcohol. for some reason. It's like no one. I
Right.
don't have a plug in
Wait,
my
are
phone
you
that's just gonna.
hmm,
What?
are you telling me that a legal market with age restrictions keeps dangerous substances out of the hands of the youth better than criminalizing that substance?
Honestly, yeah, because I don't have a plug that's gonna bring me
Wow.
alcohol. I have a plug that's gonna bring me illegal, unregistered, fucking non-FDA approved, dangerous street weed. That's what I have a
I
plug for, and I could die at any given moment because that shit could be laced. But I don't have any alcohol.
right. Oh my god, that was my when I was running for office, the two things that I got pushed back on the most on my platform were pretty like expected. It was the legalize marijuana and decriminalize sex work. Because I
Why
was
would anyone
running,
disagree with that?
well, I was running in Flatbush, Brooklyn, which is a fairly like conservative Democratic area because it's like very like it's very Caribbean and very like family
Oh,
uh
so they're
centric.
Christian, they're traditional, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's like a solid quarter fit into that group and another quarter fit into the like not religious but still believe everything that that group believes group, you know, so very like yeah, very like family centric and traditional and what so yeah, I was talking to like these 70, 65-year-old women that are like, we can't legalize marijuana because then my grandchildren would be able to get it. And I'm like, how old are your grandchildren? And he's like, 14. And I was like, okay, go ask your 14-year-old which is easier, if he can get alcohol or if he can get weed. Because I promise you, he's in Brooklyn. He's 14. He can
He can
get
get
weed.
weed.
He can get
He can
weed.
get weed.
Yep. I can promise you that he cannot get alcohol. He cannot get cigarettes. Uh,
I mean, yeah, basically. I mean, I was like 14, 15. I went to high school in like more rural Maryland.
mhm,
14, 15, could always get weed, could never like it was like always such like I don't think I my friends ever scored any alcohol. Maybe like one or two times. It was just so it's like literally so much easier to get weed if you're a kid.
mhm,
I
ridiculous.
mean, right. I mean, and I'm not a proponent of keeping the legal age at 21. I feel like everything should be 18. Like if you can go to war at 18, if you can go vote at 18, you can
Mhm,
drink beer at 18. Um, so yeah. But I will say that there is a problem with kids' access to drugs. I know because I was a kid that had access to drugs. So that does need to be solved. But I think your point is that it can be solved by keeping it at a legal age, you know,
mhm,
discouraging kids from having it in other ways other than just being like making it a fucking Schedule One drug. Because clearly kids know it's not as dangerous as fucking heroin. Kids know that. So
right, right. Because kids are smarter than adults are at this point. Because fucking adults
because of
still
the
think it's
internet.
as dangerous as heroin. Yeah, we have the internet. We
I
like
mean,
understand things.
I mean, Governor Ricketts the other day talking about how marijuana makes parents kill their kids, and I'm just like, what? Like, who believes
Mhm.
that? Like, and all the boomers were like,
So
yes,
many,
huh?
so many people believe
Oh
that. Yeah,
yeah, like literally the
yeah. It's
boomers are
like,
just like, yes, I agree, and everyone on Twitter was just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because if you know how to use internet, you know that weed doesn't make parents kill their kids. I would just out of all the things he could have lied about, that was like the craziest thing because he could have said, "Oh, like people overdose on weed," which is like a myth, but
mhm,
maybe he just wouldn't know, you know. But that's just like like a completely made up fucking story. Like that doesn't happen.
mhm. Yeah, I he there are like some legitimate criticisms of legalizing marijuana. Like use them. Like let's argue this out realistically. Like if you want to impose your versions of morality on your constituents, and if your constituents want to vote to impose their views of morality on the rest of your constituents, then okay, let's talk about this. Let's because tech in the way that we have our government set up, a state is completely within its rights to criminalize a plant. For I mean, technically, like So let's talk about it. Like, are you criminalizing it because you don't think people should get high? Because you think that it's bad? Because you think that it's going to make them lazier or less motivated, or you think that it's going to make them behave more poorly, or with less inhibitions, so they're doing more sin or whatever the fuck kind of like super moralistic bullshit you want to throw in there.
Yeah.
Like, if that's what you want, then like talk about it like that, tell the truth, like use real facts, because there is something to be
And
said of like,
justify, and another thing, justify the state using force to enforce that.
mhm,
Because I've had nobody make a real case for why morality should be forced at gunpoint. Why, if you're so certain that smoking weed or being like a pothead means you're like a bad person, or means you're gonna fucking like ruin your kids' lives or drive under the
mhm,
influence or lose your job or go on welfare or some shit like that, then make an argument that justifies the use of violence. Make an argument that justifies somebody being incarcerated over it. And no one is able to do that.
mhm.
But that's what they should be working towards. And I haven't heard an argument for that yet.
Well, because they can't make, like, there isn't going to be one. They're not going to be able to rationally say, uh, we want to murder people for possessing a plant. Like,
No,
you can't
right.
actually defend that. That's what they're doing, and that's what they've been doing for 50 years now. But you can't actually say it out loud like that. Like,
No,
Joe
no.
Biden has come pretty close, but not quite. Has he actually said that?
I find it so funny when I saw the other day that all like the White House staffers that smoked weed got kicked out.
It's fucking
I
great.
was like, did Kamala not admit to smoking weed before? Did Obama not admit to smoking weed before? It's just, I bet
But
Kamala was
but
like, kick those
Biden
people
still thinks
out.
it's the fucking gateway drug. He said that in
Yeah.
the fucking second debate.
And it's so funny because I think both liberals and conservatives thought that Biden would be a lot more progressive than he actually is. Like I think that conservatives were like, he's gonna bring in communism and Black Lives Matter Marxism, and he don't even fuck with Black Lives Matter. He is not bringing in fucking communism. He's not a Marxist. And neither is Kamala. Like she's really not. I think people in their administration, people that they may endorse, definitely are, but they're not like a socialist administration. They're not like a Marxist, super progressive administration. And it's so strange because now the leftists are like, they won't even meet with Black Lives Matter. They want to criminalize weed. They want to criminalize sex work. They want to open the borders. They have kids in cages. They won't defund the police. They
Mhm.
won't abolish the police. They won't like end student debt. Like they didn't do any of the shit the left wanted, which is so funny. But the right was like panicking for no reason. They never did shit. They're not doing shit. I mean, the right did have some valid concerns, especially in terms of like gun control, the relationship with China. They knew that the border crisis wouldn't get better under Biden. I mean, I don't know. It's just like,
But they weren't talking about the legitimate concerns.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they literally didn't care. They were literally like, Biden is going to like make your kids learn fucking Black Lives Matter history classes in school. Like they were like going on some crazy shit.
Mhm. I was laughing my ass off. I was in Massachusetts for YAL, actually, in the hotel room. So we had Fox News on the fucking TV,
Love that.
and
Whenever I'm in
love
a
it.
hotel room, I watch Fox News. I never watch Fox News other than when I'm in a hotel. It's just so funny.
Say,
I just like crack open a couple Truly seltzers, turn on the Greg Gutfield show, and just chilling.
ah, oh my gosh. But yeah, we it had there was some like senator or something, like, or there was it was Trump's chief of staff who spoke where was getting interviewed first, and he was talking about how Biden is gonna defund the police and
Bruh.
how we can't have that. And so then some Biden talking head got on afterwards and was all like, they're ridiculous. We're not going to do that. We don't believe in that. And like they were going back and forth on who could have the worst take on criminal justice.
Right. They were like, we believe in the police. No, we believe in the police. No, we support the police. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? And I'm not
the police are out here killing people.
Right.
And you're arguing over who can suck their boots harder. And
the abolish the police and the defund the police arguments in the nature that they're being presented by the left are both very unrealistic and very stupid without much thought involved. I think that the way that police should be defunded is and qualified immunity. But that I know that's not what they mean by saying defund the police. They're just like slash the budgets, like take away their guns, literally abolish the police. And I'm like, I don't know, you're like an anarchist or whatever the fuck. But I'm not an advocate for that. But I feel like when they say defund the police, they don't actually have a plan in mind. At least libertarians have a plan when it's like defund the police, okay, and qualified immunity and the police unions. Like, let's actually make some changes and like reform it, not just like a blanket like slogan.
Right. Well, whoever writes the slogans for the left, it's always just it's just dollar signs. That's all it ever is. Whether it's giving it or taking it, it's all about dollar signs.
Mm-hmm.
It's either we're gonna throw all the money we have at healthcare,
right.
or we're gonna just take the money away from the cops, and that'll make them better, or we're gonna tax the billionaires so that they can.
So true. Like, they don't have any actual ideas.
Every fucking platform piece that comes out of like a Bernie Sanders or an AOC is just about moving dollars around. That's all it is.
And people have the nerve to follow shit like that and be like, this is how we change it. This is how things will get better. If we just reallocate our tax money better, things will get better. Nothing's going to get better unless we change the system. And it's like so crazy how all these liberals and progressives and leftists think they're so fucking revolutionary, think Bernie Sanders is so fucking revolutionary, when he is just advocating for just reallocating tax money. He's not going to like end the fucking wealth gap in America. He's not going to fucking like put everyone on like an equal playing field. He's not going to redistribute wealth. He's not going to be able to like put communism in the US seriously. Like, he's not going to be able to do that shit. He just
also,
ran on
you can't close the wealth gap from the presidency. Like, even if you could instill communism, you still don't close the wealth gap because communism doesn't work.
Don't tell them that. They don't want to hear that shit. They really don't want to hear that shit. So,
like, Bernie Sanders will always be a millionaire.
And they're like, now it's so crazy because there's certain leftists that are like, tax rich people. And by rich people, they mean people who are making 6 figures a year. And there's some, socialists who are like, tax rich people, and they don't even mean millionaires. They only mean billionaires. They're like, oh, when I mean the 1%, I actually mean like the 0.01%, like the Jeff Bezos of the world, the Oprah Winfrey's of the world, but not like not like I don't know, like not like the Michael Jordans who are only he's 100 millionaire, but he doesn't count. And I'm like, you guys are really inconsistent on the views.
Honestly, those people, I respect their math a little bit more.
The people who like advocate for like the super rich,
the 0.01%,
absolutely.
tax those.
I have no idea why it's all these socialists talking about like, oh yeah, when I mean eat the rich, I mean like your parents who are like a doctor and a lawyer. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, making 6 figures a year does not mean you are like rolling in cash at all, especially depending on where you live.
Right. Yeah, people get fucked up about that kind of stuff. They don't like people.
And those are like respectable jobs that like add to society. I think there's something to be said by like there's a difference between rich people who at least started off doing something productive that added to society, like Jeff Bezos, who started like a revolutionary like corporation. Like right now it's arguable about like what his intentions are and stuff. Like I think the same can be said for like Bill Gates, but they actually like revolutionized like the technology industry.
Yeah.
Versus like a millionaire or billionaire who just like fucking inherited a hedge fund or like some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
100%.
Definitely a difference. But people who are like lawyers, doctors, I don't know, anyone famous like that, even like a singer or like an actor, it's like they actually produce something, you
Mhm.
know. It's like I don't know, we have to eat the rich if they're like doing something good.
Yeah. I was watching Joe Rogan's episode with Demi Lovato earlier today.
He's an
Uh
episode with Demi Lovato.
yeah, it was
I haven't watched this
last
show in a
week.
minute. I think I have to tune in. I really think I have to tune in.
I
I think the
haven't
last time I watched this show, and I'm not a regular watcher of Jerry either, but the last time I watched this show is, I don't know if you watched the one, he had Jordan Burroughs on not too long ago, and he's an Olympic wrestler, so of course I had to watch that.
Mm.
But other than that, I haven't really been watching lately. I need to
I
check
don't
back
think I've
in.
watched and I haven't watched a JRE episode since Tulsi went back on that last time. I don't think.
I like him though. He
Yeah.
seems like a decent guy, and it seems like a lot of people who hate him don't even know why they hate him.
Hmm. Yeah.
I feel like it's similar with honestly any large host who is like commonly misrepresented and
Hmm.
misaccused of being like on the right. Like I don't think Joe Rogan's a conservative at all, but so many people are like, he's fucking like far right, he's all right. I'm like, he's white. That's it. Is the
Right.
fact that he's white and has a podcast meaning he's alt right? Because that's what I
Wait,
feel like it
he
is.
talks about he lets people muse about and think about alt-right talking points. He lets people
That's true.
question
The
the
only thing
left's
that people
narrative.
like, I guess the red flag is he like I feel like anyone can come on a show. Like honestly, I feel like his one downfall is like I feel like a literal fascist could go on a show and like talk about genocide and he'd just be sitting there like, interesting point. Like he wouldn't like
Well,
argue with it.
I feel like he would argue, and that's one of the things that I love about Rogan is that he actually pushes back. He's better than me at that by
There was
quite.
I did watch Candace Owens on his show and she
Mm,
was like, yeah, I don't believe in climate change. And he's like, not even a little bit. And she's like, no, I don't trust the scientists. And he like pushed back a little bit, but not too much because honestly, it wasn't like a serious topic of discussion. I'm like, these are two people who clearly are not climate scientists. And one of these
mhm,
people just doesn't believe in like climate science at all. And I don't really know where I stand on what to do about climate change or like pollution and things like that. And I
mhm,
don't necessarily know. I don't think it's like 100% like caused by humans and stuff. Like I don't really buy into the narrative like humans are destroying the world and we don't deserve to live here and blah 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 blah. Like we're killing the planet. Like I don't really believe that shit, but I believe something's happening. I believe we should do something.
mhm,
I want to take more of like a small government approach to that as opposed to like going into like the Paris Accords again. But I'm not going to sit here and buy into like the conservative. I don't know. I don't even know why it's part of the conservative ideology to not believe in climate change. I really don't get it. Just because people have used big government solutions to try and remedy that doesn't mean that we should just be like we don't believe in it. It should just mean we should. It just means we should be like have an alternative. I think. Like I was
it's the
glad.
team sports
Yeah, I
mentality
was glad when
bullshit.
Trump pulled out of the Paris Accords. So I was like, okay, what next? Like, what are we going to do to reduce some carbon emissions? Like, what are we going to do to promote nuclear energy? Like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And all the conservatives were like, yeah, global warming is fake. Climate change is fake. I was like, whoa, I thought we were going to replace it with something better, not just leave it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah. Politics is very fucked up. Well, before we go, I want to give you a chance to pitch your show and everything else that you're doing and tell people why you're the coolest.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to claim that I'm the coolest. I am
Well,
cool-ish.
I'm gonna claim
But
that you're the
probably
coolest,
that
but
means so
go
much to me, honestly. Thank
ahead.
you.
I mean,
But
look at that fucking eyeshadow though. And those wings, like,
everyone peep
god
this.
damn.
Oh my god, that's so nice. Thank you. Um, but yeah, my Twitter is at the bottom screen. It's Rondeau Olivia. Then my YouTube channel is just my name. Type in Olivia Rondeau, Rondeau, and I'm just getting started with my live streams, but I do have some cool guests coming on. I had David Fite on just a couple weeks ago, so y'all go watch that. And yeah, that's about it.
Any
Thank you. I really
exciting guests
appreciate you
coming
having
up?
me on. Um, I don't want to say who it is yet because I'm announcing my guest for Sunday tomorrow, but it's cool. You
Okay.
know him. You'll be excited.
Well, this won't air until tomorrow. So
Okay, I just don't know what
until
time tomorrow I'm gonna
okay,
put it
fair
up because
enough.
I still have to like make the fucking thumbnail and shit.
That's fair. That's like some of the most annoying shit. I hate graphic design. I'm awful at it.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad at it, but I use Canva and it's pretty easy to use. Like it's pretty intuitive. Like even if you really suck at graphic design, you can probably figure it out. Like it's not like
Mhm.
complicated like Photoshop or some shit.
Right. Yeah, I also use Canva.
Oh,
It's
okay,
it's the
I was about to
only
recommend that to you because that's pretty easy, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely there are worse things. And I'm doing better now. I actually was scrolling down through my Instagram looking for something yesterday and went all the way to the bottom of the Fight for Liberty Instagram to like the first
Mhm.
couple of graphics that I posted for my live streams.
And you were like,
And I was
Jesus
like,
Christ.
oh my God, these look so bad comparatively. Like now, I had like I actually put Dan
Yeah.
Berman's hat on the Statue of Liberty in my logo for his like
Oh Lord.
I was like,
Yeah,
I'm doing
I've
things.
gone through like so like on like back when I was on Cringe Tube, which is what I consider my early phase of YouTube, where I was just doing like all these like cringe ass like comedy videos for boomers. I had like the worst thumbnails and some of them are still up. Like uh I have this one I had this one I did for Joe Biden, and like this one was a huge hit and like went super viral on Twitter because I had like just gotten a green screen for like my fucking 17th birthday or some shit. And like I made like Joe Biden like sniffing me in the background. And that was like the video that went like so fucking viral. But I remember the thumbnail I made for that video was so bad. Like, do you remember that meme that's like graphic design is my passion and it's just like a fucking frog with like the words over it? That's what I felt like
Mhm.
that thumbnail was.
That is my life.
So
I
bad.
I suck at everything that I have to do on a regular basis to run a YouTube channel. I'm terrible at graphic design, video editing, web design, uh, all of that stuff. My intro took me like 4 hours to make.
Your intro's cool.
I surprised myself with that one. Not gonna lie.
I'm confused how it took 4 hours, but it's cool
It
for sure.
like clipping each and every one of those little fucking like dude, yeah, it was oh my gosh. It took way longer than it should have. And also because my computer sucks. So part of it's my fault and
Oh,
part of it's
okay.
my computer's fault. It's really slow. Uh, but
Your regular intro is cool too, because you have that one where you're like shooting a gun or something.
mhm.
Yeah, that's scary. Both you and Reed have like a really scary like gun shooting intro. And I'm like, when I'm watching either of your channels and it starts off like I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's so scary. This is why women aren't in the liberty movement because all these like white male podcasters have their fucking guns like in their fucking intros all the time.
So I would love to have an intro more like Dave Smith's where it's like actually visually appealing. But we don't have that kind of talent or dollars up in the Fight for Liberty crew yet, but we'll get there. Or maybe I'll just have Dave Smith's guy do it eventually.
Yeah.
I'll make good enough friends with Dave.
I don't even have an intro, so honestly, I can't even rag on y'all. I didn't know I needed an intro, so now I'm like thinking like, do I need to make an intro? I don't know what that would be.
I I didn't for the longest time, and then like yeah, it was a back and forth for me personally until and then I was like, yeah, okay, we're gonna have an intro and an outro to like make consistency. Uh,
Okay, maybe once I get like a few more guests on, I'll make like a compilation like you did and like make like a quick intro.
there you go.
Or maybe I just need to like go shoot some guns and like do a compilation of that.
There you go. Yeah.
Or me shooting guns. Look at this badass bitch. Like then people would be scared of me.
There you go.
I'm really excited. I just came up with the best idea. That's
Mhm.
gonna be good.
You'll be like Reed and you'll be scaring people from the internet.
Honestly, his is a little bit scarier than yours just because I don't know. I think it's just because he scares me in general. I think
Mhm.
he's a little frightening to me in general. I hope he
So
watches this and is like, what the fuck?
so I told him the other day that he needs to change the thumbnail that he uses because now when he makes a video he makes it look like there's a screen grab from the episode before the episode exists, right? And
Yep.
uses that as the thumbnail. Cool idea, love it. It looks good, except for the fact that the thumbnail that he chose for him, he looks like a fucking serial killer.
Yes. Somebody tell him that,
He's like,
please. Somebody tell him that, please. He literally looks like a psychopath, and half the thumbnails he chooses because he's just like staring at you, and it's like
so
you
I
can't even
told
see his
him,
facial
and now
expressions
it's
because
different.
his like beard is covering his facial expression. So it's just like,
He's going live in like an hour with Carrie Wedler, and that
she's my
thumbnail
new
he's
favorite.
smiling.
I love her. She is my
I
new
have her
favorite.
on next week, and I'm so excited.
I just found her YouTube channel, and I found this one video she made about like conservative hypocrisy, like supporting like the thin blue line and shit. And I was like, I love you. Like I love her so much now.
Yeah, she's a wonderful human being. But all right, well, Olivia, thank you so much for coming on. This was great. I
Thank you.
definitely have to have you back.
Yes, please.
Because this is fun. Everybody, thanks for watching. If you don't already, subscribe to the channel because most of you guys don't subscribe to the channel. So fix that.
What the fuck? It's so rude.
And then go check out everything else that we've got in the links. Check out Olivia's channel. That link is going to be in the description. Go watch all of her fun videos. Check out our Twitters and everything else because we post fun stuff. Hot takes by hot people. But all right, guys, we'll catch you later.